Well, it's finally here. Wrexham AFC taking on Birmingham City at the Stoke Keras. I tell you, be loud, Brum fans, be loud, because I know the Wrexham fans are going to be behind the Red Dragons all the way for 90 minutes plus. We are in for a mega game. Yes, you could say Birmingham City's probably the favourite coming in, but I'm going to give you lots to look at, lots to think about to set you up for this massive match. And I tell you, I've been looking forward to this one ever since that defeat of you Wrexham fans and Birmingham fans. You best be loud, best be ready for a great game, because at the Stoke Keras, it always happens. It's always entertaining, and both teams are going to bring it. We are in for an absolute spectacle on the day. On the show, I'll tell you right now, coming up right next, the stats from that very last game at St Andrews. Tom Brady, Rob McElhenney, David Beckham. You're going to see them all in this one. Then we're going to talk about the goals and the scenes from that game. Yes, we're going to start with the beginning phase, and then we'll end with a brutal ending phase of that game. Did you forget? It's all on here. Keep it here. You're going to see it. Then we're going to ask you nicely throughout the show to kindly like and subscribe. Help us to get to 2,000, guys. We really need to. After that, we're going to go to the League One matches and the top six. We'll give you the prediction and the odds. To finish off, we'll give you the season stats from two clubs looking absolutely brilliant. You have to hand it, though. Birmingham, just 2 losses on the season. Wrexham now 5. It's going to be a fantastic game. Get ready for this show. And Brum fans, like and subscribe. Come on, help a guy out, Brum fans. This show is for both sets of fans. Here's the stats from the last time it happened. So there we are. Those are the stats from the last time these two met up at St Andrews earlier in the season, September actually. And you've got to say, Birmingham dominated the game physically, ball possession, and on the clock. Although it did start out very well for Wrexham. But feast your eyes on those stats as we move through. But when you look at the shot clock, it was a very tight match. 3 goals off 8 shots, 6 on target. Deadly. So now you got the stats, you need to check out the highlights. Let's get to the beginning phases. There's a little bit of a narration going on here. I'm sure you're going to be impressed of what you see, maybe what you hear. Beginning phases. Get to it right now. Wrexham with the throw-in, battling for the corner here. Marriott on the ball, got 3 defenders around him. Struggles, but he wins the corner. A very important corner. Wrexham's got a battle for everything in this game. Jack Marriott's back in the fold. Tommy O'Connor now with the corner. Far post. Clueth in there, Marriott strikes home. Brilliant finish, very lucky, but Johnny on the spot. Yes, Jack Marriott, welcome back, Jack. Fans are doing well, loving every minute. Rob thinks, shit, we've scored too early. One more time. Back post, Jack's in there, have another look. Better angle maybe. 1, 2, 3, boom, in it goes. Up high. Yes, a lot of hard work there by Jack Marriott winning the corner, and then gets on the end of it. And if you noticed in the highlights, referee didn't see something that I probably saw, and that was Jack Marriott pushing Tomoki Iwata out of the way as the ball's coming in. Referee didn't see it. Linesman didn't see it. I did. Why don't you take a look back one more time? Moving forward, let's take a look how that match ended. Yes, a fiery night at St Andrews. And even Tom Brady was applauding a certain something that you never applaud in football. You may be in football, but not football. Take a look. So now let's take a look at how Birmingham replied once Jack Marriott had put Wrexham up 1-0 after 3 minutes. Cross comes in, a little bit of a tic-tac-toe move on the edge of the box. Shot comes in, Arthur cannot hold it. Jay Stanfield says, thanks very much, I'll tap that away for 1-1. Let's get going. Cross comes in, it's that man Stanfield again. Beautiful header. Arthur Okonkwo, flat-footed as you could be. Jay's loving it. Tom Brady's loving it. David Beckham's loving it. Everybody's loving it. And the third and final one, Iwata gets lucky here. The ball spins off. He gets the shot off. And again, Arthur doesn't look good on that one, does he? 3-1, game over. But at the end of the game, there was a horrendous challenge on Andy Cannon. Take a look. Christian Bielik gets the red card. The referee says yellow, and now you're gone. Now it's time to get you into the top 6 and the League One matches this weekend. Above my shoulder, 3 matches that came through Tuesday. Them guys are going to be tired on the weekend, I'd imagine, wouldn't you? Love to play one of them six, but unfortunately, we don't. Wrexham's got Birmingham, #1 team in the league, who literally are sailing through this league like a bloody freight train. You're going to get sick of that saying, but they will win this league, and they're going to win it probably with 5 or 6 games to spare, is what I'm seeing. But Birmingham City should never be in this league. It was a tremendously bad coaching. I'm not going to say anything because the guy just got fired again. You know who I mean, Birmingham fans. Rooney. But anyway, got to say, bad things happen, good things happen. Birmingham now looking to go in the right direction. Let's take a look at the League One matches and the top 6. So before we get to the fixtures, there are a few games from midweek, the results, and don't forget, coming up, the big match. And to your right, the live table. Take a butchers. Now coming into play, yes, Wrexham Birmingham coming up, 8 o'clock kickoff, and the rest of the games coming up Saturday. There's going to be a few tired guys from those midweek games. And now we've got all the top 6 matches in lights. 5 top 6 teams at home, only Birmingham City away. Does it really matter? 10 unbeaten? Huddersfield 16 unbeaten at home? Is it going to be 17? There's the top 6 matches. The table to your right will look slightly different after this, and with a loss, Wrexham may slip to 4th. Yes, it's going to be a tough game, and yes, you've got to say Birmingham City definitely are the slight edge favourite for this one, even though they are on the road. When you look at that squad, you look at that team, last game out, they were physically dominating. They dominated the possession. They didn't exactly kill the clock, but 6 shots got 3 goals. If they do that again, how can you stop it, really? How can you stop it? It seems that they had our number that night. Will it happen again? Normally, Wrexham's a different beast at the Stoke Ras Birmingham. You need to know that. And they hit form at home, not necessarily on the road, with 5 losses on the season. So let's take a look at the season stats from both teams right now. Thereafter, we'll talk about what's coming down and how I feel this is going to play out. Once again, we look at the Wrexham season, and recently 2 losses in 3. That's the first this season. Let's hope that that stops right now. And what would the picture look like with 3 losses in 4 if Wrexham lose to Birmingham in this big match? Look for Huddersfield to maybe go 3rd. That is the reality. Wrexham could slide from 3rd to 4th. The form is dipping. 3 wins, 2 losses in the last 5. 7 scored, 6 against for +1. 9 points from 15 for 60%. And as the headline says, Wrexham need to dig deep for the win. Is Birmingham City to be Wrexham's first home loss of the season? Let's take a look at Birmingham. And as the headline says for Birmingham City, Birmingham Freight Train unbeaten in 10. Got to say, Birmingham City moving through League One like a freight train. Those 10 undefeated matches, 8 wins, 2 draws, 16 scored, 2 against for +14, and 8 clean sheets on the season. If you want to know even more, the last 5, 3 wins, 2 draws, 7 wins. If you want to know the last 5, 3 wins, 2 draws, 7 goals scored, 1 against for +6, and 4 clean sheets. Under current form, Birmingham City are favourites to win. Will they? So there you go. There's the season stats. Wrexham taking on Birmingham. It's coming up. Birmingham #1 top dogs in this league. Like I say again and again and again. Streets ahead of anybody else, and they should never have been in this division in the first place. Now we're going to take a look at the head-to-head to see who's bossing this overall and see who's bossing this historically and the last 5. Take a look. Head-to-head, Wrexham and Birmingham City. So let's get into the head-to-head right now between these two. Who's bossing it all time? Ask yourself 3 questions. How many wins has Wrexham got? How many draws all time? And how many wins has Birmingham got? Do they boss this? Yes, they do. Let's take a look historically where it all began. January 1928. Feast your eyes on there, guys. There's a lot of stats to look at. The last 5 games between these two. Well, there's 4. And the final game, bragging rights, well, that goes to Birmingham City too. So there you go, my friend. There is the season stats. One more thing I would say. Put the score down below. If you're watching now, Birmingham fans, I am saying I want to see, I want to know, I want you to tell me what the score's going to be. Likewise, Wrexham fans, score time. What do you think the score is going to be? Will Paul Mullin show up? Hasn't done too well so far, although he gets goal of the month. It's not the greatest season, but as long as he's getting something done, it's the confidence with Paul Mullin that you need to keep a fire. Yeah? Lose your confidence, lose the goal touch. One of our members recently was in that stadium. PJ from Sydney, Australia. One of ours, one of our own, one of the family. Travelled 17,055 kilometres or 10,701 miles all the way from Sydney, Australia to Wrexham, Wales. Yeah. Could you travel any further? Is that possibly the furthest trip you could take to get a game at Wrexham? I don't think there's anywhere further. Maybe Mars? Let me know if there's anywhere further. A couple of little things before we move along. Wrexham, 3 losses in 12, 2 losses in 3. Not the greatest. Birmingham, unbeaten in 10. Huddersfield, unbeaten in 16. 10 wins, 6 draws, and 5 teams, get this, 5 teams unbeaten in the last 5. This will make you think. Rotherham United, Huddersfield Town, and Leyton Orient. So 5 teams there in your last 5. Yes, we know about Huddersfield in the 16, but I'm sort of pretty much sending a bit of love to Leyton and to Rotherham. And Leyton, recently, their form has been pretty damn good. Okay, now you got the season stats. You're ready. You got it all. I'm going to say this much. I think that we're in for a fantastic game of football. I think both clubs can win this. There's no doubt about it. Birmingham riding high, literally will be the champions at the end of the year. Chris Davies cannot fail. He cannot fail here. Where Birmingham failed miserably last year in the Championship, and it was miserably, and they should never have been relegated, let's be honest. Where they failed last year, they're going to excel this year. Come game time, I'm looking for the 1-0 for Wrexham at the most. Birmingham has only given up 2 goals in 10. As I said before, 1 is an own goal. Getting 1 past them is going to be a job enough. Our form up front hasn't been the greatest recently. Even though at home, Wrexham plays fantastically well and has the ball, you're going to have to expect to see Birmingham own quite some of the play again. Iawata's going to be instrumental in midfield. You've got to think that Jay Stanfield, definitely another target man on the day. We couldn't stop him last time. Can we stop him this time? And as for Fortune in front of net, 1 goal is what I see. If we concede 1, it could be the 1-1. I'm calling for the 1-0 for Wrexham. But to be honest with you, the favourite for this game is definitely Birmingham City. I'd love to see all Wrexham fans go through the roof with the noise. Our lads in red need everybody screaming, everybody hollering, everybody supporting them on. Everything they do, the crowd has got to go blue in the face and crazy with the volume. You know Birmingham fans are going to bring the noise, 1,000 plus. You know they're going to be singing all game long because, let's face it, they're top dogs. They've not lost in a while. They're not expecting to lose. And a 1-0 against Wrexham would be a bit of a shocker. So, let's see what happens. Is Wrexham going to shock them? Is Birmingham just going to come in and take the points? Does Tom Brady even turn up? I don't think Beckham's coming back again. But Rob McElhenney, Ryan Reynolds, where are you? We need you. You should be at the game. At the end of the day, it's going to be a barn burner. It'll be a squeaker for Wrexham to win it 1-0. And if they don't, the draw is there. But expect Birmingham to push for 3 points. And this is going to be huge. Wrexham needs something out of this, or it's slipping from 2nd to 3rd and from 3rd to 4th, like I said about 5 weeks ago. Let's see what happens. Let's tell you now. It's Wrexham, Birmingham, Stoke Ras. Let's have it. Cheers.